My character in Kiss of the Spiderwoman is actually Ingrid Luna, but Ingrid Luna also plays Aurora and the Spiderwoman in the movie that Molina is describing and telling to his cellmate, Valentine. So it's 3 kind of different characters that I'm playing, and to me, she is the symbol of hope, the symbol of something to escape into.
Hello, and welcome to the Los Angeles Times Envelope Actresses Roundtable. I'm Lorraine Ollie. Let's meet our guests and hear about the films that brought them here today. Emily Blunt is Dawn Staples, who lives through the birth of MMA fighting alongside partner Mark Kerr in The Smashing Machine.
It's about perspective, okay?
Elle Fanning plays Rachel Kemp, an American actress who gets absorbed into a Norwegian family's drama in Sentimental Value.
Is it just me? It just doesn't feel right.
Jennifer Lopez portrays Ingrid Luna, Aurora, and the Spiderwoman in the musical drama about Argentinian political prisoners hoping for a better world in Kiss of the Spiderwoman.
Someday you'll give in.
Gwyneth Paltrow is actress Kay Stone in the manic comedic drama about a rising table tennis player and con man in Marty Supreme.
I can't.
Come on, you watch me dethrone the #1 ranked player in the world.
I'm not available.
Sydney Sweeney portrays champion boxer Christy Martin, who ascended to the top of her sport while enduring an abusive marriage in the biographical drama Christy.
I need help, Mama.
Tessa Thompson is the brilliant and manipulative Hedda Gabler in a new twist on Henrik Ibsen's classic play, Hedda.
If you ruin this vow, she'll never forgive you.
Welcome, everybody. Before we get to the projects that brought you here today, I just wanted to ask, was there one particular film, performance, or actor, actress that inspired your career that kind of made you want to get into acting or stay in it? Gwyneth, can I start with you?
Sure.
Okay, well, I'm just going to be really honest and say that, I grew up, my mom is an actor, right? Actor. And so I grew up watching incredible performances on stage my whole life as a kid. And I kind of definitely wanted to follow in her footsteps. But when I saw Pretty Woman in high school, I was like, I want to be Julia Roberts. That was I was so inspired, and I thought she was so effervescent and amazing, and
that wattage.
And it was a different thing that I had grown up watching Chekhov and stuff like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, so that's mine.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
I did, and she'll roll her eyes, Meryl, is what everyone says, but it's when I saw her in Kramer versus Kramer.
Yeah.
Right.
That scene when she's getting in the elevator and just the freedom and the nuance, and it was so wild. I didn't even know what those words were when I saw it the first time, but now I realize why I was so sort of captivated by
Wow.
it.
What about you, Jennifer?
Me, I've said this many times. When I was little, my mom really loved musicals, and she showed me every musical under the sun. But the one, of course, that kind of stuck with me was West Side Story. And watching Rita Moreno kind of sing and dance and act in a movie, be Puerto Rican, it was so impactful on me, and it made me do what I do today, everything about it. And I cite it all the time because there was really nobody else for me to look to at that time. And so it's something that I say so often, but I will continue to say for the rest of my life because it is absolutely true. It changed my life when I saw that movie.
Wow.
I don't remember the feeling of watching it, but I remember what happened after. I remember when I saw Angela Bassett in What's Love Got to Do with It.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. And I just suddenly did Tina Turner at my school. I mean, there was no place for it. I just everywhere I could perform Tina Turner, I'd go into my grandmother's closet and get all of her clothes. I'd cast friends of mine as the Ikettes. So it must have made a huge impression on me. Just watching her in that, something about I mean, everything about her.
Yeah.
In that. Yeah.
She did the thing.
That was such a powerhouse performance.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
Such
just like
an
one of those things you never
incredible
forget when you see it.
performance. And Tina Turner is such an impossible person to embody. She's so singular, and Angela does it and brings all of herself to it. She just blew me away as a kid. I was like, what alchemy is that?
Sydney, how about you?
I mean, I grew up loving like Evita or Phantom of the Opera, Titanic. I don't think there was like a singular project that's like, oh, this is what's made me want to do this. I had a lot of imaginary worlds growing up, and so watching these movies would then inspire me to create all these different characters. And it just made me want to live within these imaginary worlds and try all these different lives.
Yeah. And you've been doing this since you were a toddler, so I mean, I don't know your consciousness at that time.
I'm definitely lucky because I kind of call myself like a Nepo sister because I had a built-in kind of role model. So I was, watching her from a young age and getting to visit her on film sets. And obviously that was super inspiring. I think for me also, I loved Grease growing up so much, and Olivia Newton-John. I mean, I know it. I mean, it's obvious. It's Grease, but I just remember watching that movie on repeat, and I would change my clothes when Olivia changed her looks, and I would sing the songs, and I would go out to our pool and put like the pink paper in the pool when she sings "Hopelessly Devoted" and go like this and spray it with perfume. Like I knew every line. So that was, I've never truly done like a musical like that, but maybe one day. But that was, opened my eyes to like, wow, this is what movies can be. I just watched it on repeat. So.
Yeah. Jennifer, Kiss of the Spiderwoman is this really fantastical musical story, but it's set in this really tough time in Argentinian history. Why this story now?
First of all, I think it's never been more relevant, which is really scary. Manuel Puig wrote the novel in the 70s about these two prisoners during that uprising in Argentina. And it really was a love story. And it's really about seeing the humanity in another person, like two very different people with different political views. Couldn't be more different, right? One is gay and queer, and the other one is just like this political revolutionary, and the two of them just were like oil and water. But during that time, because they escaped into the movies, which is Kiss of the Spiderwoman, they were able to slowly come together and see each other for their souls instead of like who they were on the outside. And I think with everything that's happening in the world right now, especially even in this country, with Latinos and queer communities being targeted, demonized, that there's never been a more important time to say, look at me on the inside.
Yeah.
Stop with all of this divisiveness and let's really see people for who they are.
And you look around. You'll look around at that sharp piercing. Sharp piercing, sharp piercing, sharp piercing.
Their fingers touch, tingling with electricity.
I was just happy to be able to do a musical because my thing was West Side Story, and I was like, I want to do a musical so bad. My whole career, that's been my thing.
And your scenes were incredible.
Thank
you. It's like watching like an Olympian, with the precision of the dancing and this. You were really amazing. You were really.
Hi, I'm Tessa Thompson from Hedda, and you're watching the LA Times Envelope Actresses Roundtable.
I think what attracts Kay to Marty is his kind of indomitable spirit and that he holds this dream. She recognizes both his ambition and drive and also his amorality. I think she sees herself in him in a lot of ways. I think he reminds her of herself.
So Gwyneth, Marty Supreme is set in the 1950s, and you play Kay, who is an actress from a bygone era. Who did you base her on?
She's sort of an amalgam of a few ideas in my head, but kind of principally on Grace Kelly, who also had this amazing movie career and was this incredible star, and then walked away from it for marriage, and like my character does the same. And I think, and this, of course, is a projection because I didn't know Grace Kelly, but when I was looking at photographs and her films and then photographs after she got married, it was like the light kind of dimmed, like something, I felt that she lost something. And I felt like my character had a very rough road to get to her stardom, and Josh Safdie does a whole sort of tomes of background information and stuff for your character. And so the inference was that her life was pretty hard and dark on her way there. And so she walks away from this big career to marry this sort of unsuitable and very wealthy man. And she kind of breaks too. And then her son dies. So she has a lot of tragedy. But Grace Kelly was kind of my role model in a way.
So, why'd you stop acting? Let's talk about that.
I really have to
You
go.
must miss it. Come watch me play at Wembley tomorrow.
I can't.
Come on, you can watch me dethrone the #1 ranked player in the world.
I'm not available.
Oh yeah, what you got going on?
Actually, I have a big promotional event to attend to for my husband.
Oh, okay. What's he promoting?
Pens?
So Sydney, with Christy, you're playing female boxer Christy Martin, and you fully transform yourself for this role. What was that like?
Well, her story is probably one of the most important stories I'll ever get to tell. And so I felt the immense weight of how important that was going to be, and I was like, I needed to fully transform myself. And I trained every day for 3 months leading up. I put on 35 pounds. And I got to spend time with her. She's now like one of my best friends. She's incredible.
Awesome.
And I just kind of lived and breathed Christy.
It's Virginia. Coal miner country.
Yes, sir. My daddy and my brother work the mines.
So what in the hell are you fighting, Christy? What's a pretty girl like you doing getting punched in the face for a living?
I'm good at it, sir.
We would be in the ring and she'd be sitting at the bottom and I'd hear her like, hit her with the left hook, Sydney. And she was having so much fun.
Giving you like coaching.
Oh yeah. We were having a blast. Well, in the fights, we actually fought. Like my #1 thing with all the girls, I said, I don't want this to be fake because so much of Christy comes to life in the ring. And I didn't want to be on the back of my head or have to like cut to fake the punches. So every single one of those girls, they're bad.
Yeah.
They punched me and I punched them. And we had bloody noses, broken noses, I had a concussion, but Christy was loving it. Yeah, she was loving it. It was amazing.
God.
Oh my God.
The V20.
Sydney broke someone's nose.
She did. It was so much fun. It was great.
Hi, I'm Elle Fanning from Sentimental Value, and you're watching the LA Times Envelope Actresses Roundtable.
I mean, I think, Dawn she's the full weather system of a person, and I don't know that I've ever played someone who's more exposed on a human level. And the relationship was so volcanic that they had, that I think she was his greatest support system, but also a recipe for his complete undoing as well.
So, Emily, how much did you know about the world of MMA when you signed on to play Dawn Staples, who is the girlfriend of Dwayne's character, Mark Kerr? And he was a pioneer in the whole world of MMA.
Yes, I knew very little about the world, and I'm sort of moved that Mark Kerr was my first window into it, because in the film, he is such a juxtaposition. to the violence of the world. And this is a man who hit people to oblivion. And when you meet him, he's like, "Hi, how are you?" And he's so nice. And I said to Mark one day, I said, "How did you do that?" And he goes, "I know, it was nasty." Like, he's just so sweet and dear, and he's really sweet and eloquent. And I think he was sort of filled with this uncontrollable rage that he hardly knew what to do with. And I think he struggled so much with his own demons. But I think those godfathers of MMA, there wasn't any infrastructure of support for mental health or their bodies that were just destroyed. So the descent into painkillers was very, very common. And I think for DJ, playing him, he has lost a lot of friends himself, to suicide and concussion injuries and from the wrestling world. So it was just a real ode to those guys who, this sport was built on the shoulders of them, and no one really knows their name. And so in the same way that you talked about Christy getting that love, Mark, who I think has a lot of shame about how he deteriorated and what he might have thrown away under the pressure.
There's no way I can't ride that.
Why?
Why? Because my tummy. You know what that would do to my tummy. I would get sick everywhere. I can't do that.
No, it's about perspective, okay? On the inside, you don't feel it. It's like you're not moving. You're like pinned against the wall, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it.
So for Dawn and him, and I'd never had that gift before, to meet the person and absorb them in that way. You're normally building something from an embryonic stage, your version of it. And she was so candid and so open and so exposing about this volcanic love story that they had. That was such a hazardous relationship. And I was so nervous for her to see it, because I wouldn't want someone to make a movie about the more volatile times in my life,
Right.
I don't want that out there. So it was just nerve-wracking, but I think they both struggled with so many demons that she was incapable of catching this person who was unraveling, because she was also as well.
Right. Okay, so with Hedda, it's a provocative adaptation of Henrik Ibsen's play. So your castmate, Nina Haas, said that Hedda Gabler is for women actors what Hamlet is for men. Do you agree?
Sure. I recently like to say that Hamlet is the male Hedda, just because I think it's a nice reversal. I think people say that because the truth is we don't have that many things that are, canonical in the same way that Hedda Gabler is. So it feels like this behemoth thing. It's one of the parts, in theater that I think it feels like a mountain to climb. And there's a kind of complexity to the character that has compelled audiences and thereby actors for centuries, which is the case with both of those characters. But I think the comparison is kind of boring, frankly. I guess the thing that it does capture is like, you're playing Hamlet, you're playing Hedda. I remember an actor saying to me, "Oh, I learned in drama school you have to have your Hedda ready." And I did not have my Hedda ready, but I got it ready. But I think it is one of those parts where you're like, oh my goodness,
You're so awesome.
I'm doing the thing.
So wonderful.
Why are you like this? You must know who she is by now. Oh, God. She'll be in control. You'll see. I know who you are. You don't want her in control. I'm not stupid, Hedda. No, you're not stupid. You're so clever, aren't you?
Stylistically, just the wardrobe, and the same goes for Marty Supreme, the same goes for Spiderwoman. I would want to take pieces off the set home with me.
Oh, yeah.
Can you secretly do that or no?
No.
No, you
Yeah.
No.
I mean, you can.
Did you take the keys to the gun? Did you take the keys to the gun
I did take
cabinet?
the key.
You did.
I did take one key. That's the only thing. I was like, I was trying to take one thing. Usually it's a piece of the set. But yeah,
okay.
I did take the
Good
key.
idea.
Yeah.
I tried to take the Birkin bag from Royal Tenenbaums.
Yes, you did.
So I took the loafers instead.
Not the same.
Not quite.
I was almost you for Halloween.
Oh, really?
Yeah, but I couldn't get it together well enough in time, and I want to do justice. But one day,
Next year.
yeah,
I'll lend you the loafers.
Oh my God.
Hi, I'm Gwyneth Paltrow from Marty Supreme, and you're watching the LA Times Envelope Actresses Roundtable.
Fire is the only pure thing in this world. There's something you're hiding.
This world goes much deeper than you imagine.
Burn them all. If your father and I do not return, you go as far and as fast as you can.
What does that always say?
Sully's never quits.
That's right. Sully's never quits.
The day has come.
Avatar, Fire and Dash, rated PG-13. For your consideration.
Well, Rachel Kemp she's an American actress, and Gustav Borg, who's played by Stellan Skarsgård, meets her at the Deauville Film Festival. And when we meet Rachel, she's kind of fallen into her own depression. She's a bit lost in her career, and she doesn't feel like she has much power or agency over her choices. And I think deep down she knows that she's talented, but she hasn't had the ability to showcase that talent yet.
So, Elle, in Sentimental Value, you play Hollywood actress Rachel Kemp, and she's tapped to play a role in an art house European production. Okay, so you're also coming off a box office #1 hit in Predator: Badlands. So did you see...
Thank you.
Did you see any parallels between Rachel and what's going on in your career?
I kept thinking there's a lot of meta-ness going on in this film, particularly for my character of being the Hollywood actress coming to Oslo for the first time, working with Norwegian director. Like, we were rehearsing rehearsal scenes in the house. So I was like, okay, I was also kind of thinking to myself, trying to memorize, how am I in rehearsals? You know, like, I'm like, how do I sit? Oh, I'm putting my hand here. Why am I putting my hand here? So there was a lot of layers. But I think because Joachim and I, we talked a little bit about like Rachel, I don't know, not like backstory, or we don't overanalyze that, but we kind of came up with, she probably has done a lot of like YA films. She's probably in big franchises. Like she's a very known person, but she hasn't necessarily had that meaty role yet. So I think for me, even though the films are so drastically different, they really work together, and coming off of this action-packed film to go to this very intimate, emotional foreign film in Oslo, they fed into each other in ways that I didn't expect them to, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, certainly.
Is it just me? It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right for you either, does it? Me doing this film?
Of course it does.
I don't think it does.
At one point, Rachel realizes that she may not be the right person for the role that she's in. So I just wanted to throw this to all of you. Have you been in that situation where you're in a project and you're like, you know what, I don't think this is right? Like, what do you do?
Yeah,
there were so many things
I get
about
this question all the time.
There were so many things about Sentimental Value that really struck me. I was like, and I thought your portrayal just like was so beautiful at capturing that feeling of imposter syndrome.
I was saying like the sort of half-committed acting, you know, in the rehearsal. I was like, that's skills right there.
Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, playing someone who's miscast. I know I've never pulled out of something so far into the process, because Rachel's she's pretty in it at that point.
Yes.
So she does a very kind of surprising, brave thing actually to walk away from something that she wants really badly. But
it's such an act of kindness in the context.
It
of the
is,
movie.
which it's like
in a way that feels like so generous.
Yeah, and she could have been a kind of cliche version of that Hollywood star, and Joachim didn't write her that way, which was really, I loved that.
Hi, I'm Sydney Sweeney from Christy, and you're watching the LA Times Envelope Actresses Roundtable. I think Christy is driven by a lot of different forces. I think that she has a fire and a fight within her. I think that she has a world and life that she wants to escape. I think that she is also growing up and she's discovering who she is.
So Gwyneth, your character Kay, at one point in Marty Supreme, she's dealing with a pretty rough review of
her comeback.
Yes, of her comeback. So, how do you all deal with it when you come upon rough reviews? I have never written a rough review in my career.
How's that possible?
That's a lie.
Hard to believe.
We don't lie.
That's a lie. That was a convincing performance.
I personally never read anything. I try to never read anything about myself, full stop, ever, period.
Yeah. It's better to
Wait, anything about yourself ever, period, or reviews of your films? Because I
All
don't
of
read
it.
reviews of my films either. I don't look at that stuff,
Yeah.
but people
Everything
will
else.
bring you it when it's good. Right?
Yeah.
They'll be
Yeah.
like, they said this, and you're like, oh, nice, great.
Yeah.
But there's other things that people say that you don't read anything.
I try
Or you
to
don't
never.
see. You
I try
come
to-
upon it.
Sometimes I'll come upon it.
And you want to die.
I want to die.
Yeah.
Like, this is the thing when someone's like, forwards you a link to something really horrible about yourself and like, oh, this is bullshit. Like, I'm like,
I don't want to know.
I don't want to know
know.
it. But I do try to avoid. I'm not.
Yeah.
I deleted Instagram in August.
Really?
I was like, I'm off. I deleted my Apple News feed, everything. I was like, I just can't take any of it anymore. So-
Yeah, it does. You need to cleanse every once in a while. Yeah.
Sounds nice.
But when this stuff seeps in, how do you, when there's stuff out there that is not about your acting, that is not about your business life, how do you focus? How do you kind of push that stuff aside and just go and face forward like, this is what I want to focus on? Like, what do you use to sort of get yourself to push this stuff away?
Like, what are the tools?
Yes, thank you. That's the word.
I think it helps when you love what you do. Like if you're loving the characters that you get to play, you're loving the people you get to work with, and you're proud of what you're doing, then it's just outside noise. And when we walk on set, the world kind of disappears, and we get to come to life in a different kind of way. And those are the moments that matter, and the relationships that matter. Everything else is just people we don't know.
Throughout your careers, as we know, Hollywood likes to put people in boxes, particularly women. What boxes were they always trying to stuff you in, and what were you fighting to get out of?
I think for me, we kind of touched on it of like child actor, but I didn't feel that as so much. I think, which I'm so grateful to it, and I loved it, and I've done 2 of them, but I was in Maleficent and I played Sleeping Beauty, which is like, Disney princess in pink and her blonde, and hey.
But look at that face, how could you not? I mean, come on.
They're like, I can be me too now.
Exactly.
But I think there's something to that because also I'm super interested, in that and fashion and that world and dressing up, and that's a big part of me too. But I'm a lot deeper, and so it wasn't that I was pushing against it, but that's something that I think people put on me.
I think people will try to do it. Like if there's a movie that it takes off, you will have to kind of try to carve out space away from that. I remember after The Devil Wears Prada, I got offered every acerbic British.
Right.
And I should not do that for a while, So I think it depends on if a film becomes like loved in that way. That maybe is the moment where you have to go.
I think for me, more was like, I think when I kind of stepped back to be an entrepreneur, I really confused and upset people in, 2008 or whenever I started.
Look who's laughing now. The best.
I mean, it's, it's a grind, but...
so inspiring, though.
Thank you.
So cool.
Nice. But, nobody understood what I was doing, and I think I faced a lot of criticism and confusion over the course of the 17 years since I started my since I sent out my first Goop newsletter. People were really so. I think I really do think that we are so incredibly multifaceted, and we are all the archetypes. We're not just a mother or an artist or an intellectual. Like, we're all the things, and so I've always kind of tried to, I don't know, make it my mission to say, like, no, don't do that. Like, don't put us in boxes. Like, we get to define who we are.
Did you have to remind yourself of that when you were facing some backlash? Was it hard for you to keep going and ignore it?
It was really hard. I mean, some days I was like, why did I do this? Like, this is so, the headwinds are so extreme, and like, I'm, so misunderstood, and I was like, I had a perfectly good job, or like, people did my hair, and like, why on earth did I do this to
I feel like you also did it before. I feel like now there's a lot more cultural appreciation for people that are doing multi-hyphenates and starting businesses, and there's, you feel so much
to copy Gwyneth now.
To it, but I feel like you did that early.
Yeah, a lot. I think our generation started thinking, like, we need to, I want to do other things. Yeah. Even when I started acting, and I had done my early films, Out of Sight, Selena, and then I decided I wanted to record music, and it was such a big deal. And people were like, they're never going to take you seriously as an actor ever again. And I was like, okay. But I want to sing. I want to make music. I want to dance.
And you had the #1 movie and the #1 album in the same time, right?
Yes,
what
I
year
did.
was that? That was awesome.
Oh, I don't remember what year it was, but it was a long time ago. And it's in the Guinness Book of World Records.
Okay, so
it's a big deal. It was a big deal.
It was a huge
at the time.
deal.
That's cool. But that's the thing. Everybody's always going to try to tell you, like, you can only do this, or you can only do that, or you can only do these things. And I had my perfume line, and I had my clothing lines, and I had my J.Lo Beauty Now. You have all these things, and people would but you have to just do what feels good for you.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's for everybody.
Yes.
Somebody wants to just act their whole life. That's beautiful too. That's fantastic. Yeah. Or whatever you want to do with your life. But if you want to try different things, I feel like I still have other things I want to do. There's a lot of other things. I still want to direct. I still want to, write more books. I want to do more things. And I don't ever feel like there's somebody who can say to me, no, you can't.
No, I mean, you definitely...
No, you can't. You can't say that to me.
And you hire Sydney and she'll break their nose.
Yeah. Sydney and friends now. I know who to call. Exactly.
Or back up.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Lopez from Kiss of the Spiderwoman, and you're watching the LA Times Envelope Actresses Roundtable.
One of the reasons that the character has been compelling and enraging to audiences for centuries is it's kind of hard to understand why she does all of the things that she does. In our version, I think Nia and I were interested in a portrait of a person that acts on some of their intrusive thoughts. I think she's someone who's dying to live, and dying to live on her own terms.
So, in your careers, in the films you've done or television shows, I'm sure you've had to have romantic scenes where you've made out with people, or you've had this romantic makeout scene. What do you do?
I thought you were going to be like, who's the best kisser? And we just all name them.
Yes.
No, I was going the total opposite direction, and like,
Total opposite direction.
What if they disgust you? How do you get through?
It's brutal.
It's so funny. It's terrible.
It's terrible.
I have nothing to say.
Oh my God.
You don't have to name
I've
names.
loved every single one.
Everybody was so nice and so great.
Imagination.
I've had a couple bad ones.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what are you going to do? You just do it.
You have to do it.
Yeah.
Gotta do it.
It's a bad feeling though. It's interesting. It's always interesting because I feel like when you're doing a kissing scene where it's a totally nice person and it's fine, it's hard to articulate that it's like not real and it's not really sexual and it's sort of. But when you kiss someone and you feel like it's off, then all of a sudden it feels real.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're like, this is not going in the right.
Yeah.
I don't like this. I don't like this.
I don't like it.
So if this acting thing hadn't worked out, what do you think you'd be doing?
I'd be an interior decorator. I love that. I love anything creative, fashion, makeup, hair. Like I might be one of the hair and makeup people, but I really love houses and decorating them, and it makes me so happy. It brings me so much joy. I cannot tell you.
Do you love a Pinterest board?
Oh my God.
No, don't. She's aroused. She's like literally.
Don't.
I'm having
The amount of Pinterest boards that I have.
So crazy.
It's insane.
It's crazy.
I love
like
Pinterest.
dream house, this house, New York house, my house in France. I don't have a house in France. It's like, one day, if I did, I have a whole board for it.
That's
Yes.
awesome. That's awesome.
Love it. So that's what I would do. What about you guys?
I think I would have like an eclectic boutique somewhere. I want and make like dollhouse miniatures or something. I love miniatures. Or I would have my own Halloween costume line. Because I love fashion, I love Halloween, and I think we need like a upscale chic Halloween line.
So you can help me with my Halloween costume.
And niche, like very niche costumes.
Yeah.
Too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Creepy. Your creepy niche boutique.
Yes.
With dollhouses and stuff.
Yeah, 100%.
It's all getting creepier.
It's all good. Hereditary.
The one thing sometimes that I feel like I miss from having this have been my preoccupation for so long is like a life with many chapters. Like I love when you meet someone and they're like, I did this briefly and then I spent 5 years doing this, and there's all these things I'd love to do, like be a florist, you know?
Right.
Or I would have loved to be a dancer or work in politics, or I was interested in law. But I feel recently really with producing, like it's a thing that just I really love so much. I really love storytelling and getting to tell it from the ground up and just be obsessed. You get to do all those sorts of things when you produce and when you're involved in every element of a film and a story. So I think, that'd be a thing.
Gwyneth can't even answer this question. She's already done it.
I mean, I sort of feel like I am doing what I would do if I didn't, you know, which is, I don't know, I love connecting people to good things, and that's sort of what we do with the goop content.
I would do something maybe chefy.
Are you a cook?
Do you love to cook? I love it.
What's your favorite
deeply. Oh my God. I mean,
But do you really throw down? Do you really get
I mean, I don't
gourmet?
I don't get the tweezers out and put No, I don't do that. But I do. I mean, I really just because my kids love it. I love to put on a big English Sunday roast.
Oof, the best. I love a roast.
And then it's like a 5-hour meal, and it's so wonderful and boozy and fun. But I would like to cook anything, and it's the one thing I miss about deleting Instagram is
seeing all the food content,
creeping over all the food content. But
I think I'd be a party planner.
Oh wow!
I love throwing themed parties, whether it's like dinner parties or just parties. So next week I have all my friends, my family coming to my place in Florida, and I have Shreksgiving. So it's a Shrek-themed Thanksgiving. I have a luau, so I'll have like Hawaiian theme, and then I have a spelling bee, and so we'll all be dressed as like middle school nerds. And we're gonna have a spelling bee and dinner.
That's fun.
My God. And you go all out.
All out.
Wow.
It's my favorite thing to do. It's so much fun. I love doing it with my friends. It's a blast.
Do you have tons of people invade? Like tons and tons?
Usually it'll be like 20 to 25, but then if it's like a birthday party or a bigger party, then I'll have like 100 people.
So every single one of your birthday parties is
all
a
themed.
theme.
This last year was space themed, then prior was like 1980s prom. And everybody shows up. My Pinterest board full of just theme ideas.
I'll provide the costume.
Exactly. Wait, we've got
There's a lot of crossover.
Yeah.
This could really work. Yeah, you cook, I do the florals.
You can cook the party, florals,
interior design.
design
We're ready.
the party.
I can design the
I'll
party
come up with the
easily.
theme.
Be my
You got the merch for the.
I got the gift bag. My kingdom for a goop gift bag.
Perfect.
Wow, and you heard it here first. So really, this is a breakthrough moment.
This is it.
Thank you all so much. This has been really fun. I look forward to attending your party. And
Right?
Yeah. We're all coming to Florida.
Thank you guys. This was cool.
Yeah, so nice. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Lovely.
Personally, I'm always really inspired by female performances where I feel like gobsmacked, like how did they do that? And it could be, anything from Catherine Hahn in the studio to anything Kate Winslet does. That kind of like originality and power.
I love Amy Adams, and I would love to get to work with her. Arrival is really one of my favorite movies of all time.
I've always been obsessed with Mae West. This year, I have to say that Emma Stone just blew my hair back. I thought she was like beyond in Bugonia.
LA Times The Envelope Roundtable was brought to you by 20th Century Studios film Avatar, Fire and Ash, nominated for 2 Golden Globes and now eligible in all categories. For your consideration. In theaters December 19th.